Hey y'all, I'm back for this week's motivational video, and I have a few new tips for you guys that I'm doing with my life this week. I highly recommend, if you have not done so already, get yourself a library card. It's usually free, and go and get yourself a few books and maybe spend the day at the library and sit in a little book nook and read, or bring a few books home with you. I would highly recommend getting a few more than what you really want to read, because you may start reading the book and you're like, it's not really what I'm looking for, and then you don't have to get that series of books again. So get yourself a library card, and if you haven't picked up your library card in a while, maybe renew it or go out and get yourself a few new books. And then on top of that, if you find a few books that you really like, then you can start buying them on Amazon and then keeping them for your own sake, and then reread them if you want. So some of the books I got this week that I highly recommend include The Magnolia Story. This is a story about Chip and Joanna Gaines, the big HGTV stars, and they went through a lot of hardships. I felt like I understood them at a deeper level, and seeing their heart and desires and their passions poured into their life to get to where they want to be. So they went through a lot of hardships. One side story that I really picked up on was, I don't want to spoil it, but they were literally broke. They didn't have any money. They could barely slip by with the bills, and they had the dream of making some homes, and they needed $100,000 to start this business. And so they went out to an investor and asked for $100,000, basically somebody that they hardly even knew, and they could just see their desires and passions outpouring in their lives, and that's how it all started. So if you do have a dream or a passion, if you just don't have the money for it, there are resources out there. You just need to go out of your comfort zone and get into building those social networks, because even if you don't have like a huge mindset or a dream like that, just building social networks in general, face to face, is so important for your life and for your happiness. Another book that I started reading was Water from My Heart by Charles Martin. He's a really good author, and I read one of his previous books, When Crickets Cry. Highly recommend getting that, but I just started reading that one, and it's about this young boy who goes out, and 16 years old, lost both of his parents, and he's a class clown, gets himself a Harvard scholarship, and I feel like the adventure is going to start taking off. So maybe get yourself a fiction book if you don't usually read fiction books, because it's an adventure, and then you can share that story with somebody else and maybe inspire them to do the same thing, to read that book or read a similar book. The last book I recommend is Business Brilliant, and that one's about forming different principles in your life and following those principles and mindsets to get you out of this little comfort zone that you have, I guess. But there are some principles. I just started reading that one as well, and they started off by listing some entrepreneurs that have some dreams, and some of them didn't even get a college education. So it's possible to go after your dreams no matter what situation you're in. Just invest time in it. Investing time is so important, just for a lot of different things, for relations, for work, for family, personal lives. I mean, it goes across the board. So invest time in things that you enjoy. Biggest thing I got for you guys this week. Another big thing that I've been working on is my posture. I've been trying to sit up a little bit straight, because I tend to slouch a lot at work, especially working at a desk for a lot of the day, and it brings more positive energy if I can sit up straight and focus. It helps me focus better on my work too. Highly recommend taking a few minutes out of your day to sit up straight and build your posture. Take little baby steps. Don't force yourself to always sit up straight if you're not used to it. It's gonna feel awkward. It felt awkward for me. And in high school, I fell into that same routine where I'd have my backpack on, I'd slouch around and walk around, and I didn't want to be seen. But really, sit up straight. It'll make you feel happier, more positive, and spreading that with others. It's so important. I'm actually gonna go get a yoga ball chair for work, and that should help with my posture too. If you have that resource, or if you're looking for something to help you with your posture, there's back supports. You can get yoga ball chairs, and I heard that people that use them have a lot of less strain in their back if they work a lot in desk chair all day. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I hope you guys had some good takeaways from this video, and I hope you have an awesome, fantastic week ahead of you. Thanks for listening.